Financing the road to success is proving particularly tough for Uganda's football clubs. Competing at the national level and continental level is putting several clubs under significant financial pressure. And with the teams now having to play without gate revenue, the strain on club finances has become far much greater, as CGTN's Ssenyange reports.
Kampala Capital City Authority Football Club players are going through their paces. It's yet another year chasing continental glory in Africa's club competitions. But even with all the work being put on the pitch, the club's ambitions are already being stretched. The financial obligations of participating weigh heavily on the club.
The incomes that we get and the expenses that we actually run are not balancing. You have to spend a lot. CAF itself, especially confederations, is a very huge cost factor because you still play the same games like in the Champions League, but yet if you qualify, the monies are actually way different.
Like KCCA-AFC, Vipers Soccer Club have been perennial participants in Africa's continental club competitions. Club officials say going the full mile in the African competition requires thorough planning.
As part of our club's policies, we make sure that we always focus on the financial health of the club. Amidst the COVID-19 times, if at all we had not come up with a strategy to make the club financially sustainable, I think participation in the previous CAF Champions League would have come as a myth.
Local clubs require more than $40,000 per away trip. There are also additional costs when hosting a match. The local football federation has often helped in cushioning some of the costs.
We pick all the flight costs for any team that represents Uganda. And as you know, that varies according to the area of competition. Unfortunately, this year, our teams only flew to Sudan and Rwanda. By the previous time round, there were a series of movements and therefore some bigger contribution toward the club's finances.
But even with the additional financial push, KCCA-AFC and Vipers have consistently fallen short. Both clubs bowed out of the club competitions at the knockout stage this year. They have now put their focus on winning the local league. Even with the resumption of football here, the stands remain empty because of the COVID-19 restrictions on match attendance. And with that, possibly the case for some time to come. Clubs have to find other means to generate revenue and stay afloat. According to the clubs, gate collections have been making up the weekly revenues with every home game hosted. Broadcast revenues and other commercial income like sponsorships also contribute to club finances. The revenue streams are, however, still small.
Can we get more sponsors on board? Can we look for football-related activities that can bring in money? And one of them is player sales. Can we produce talent that we can sell out there for some good monies? Because that is like one of the direct income streams.
And while the desire every season is to be part of the continent's best, the financial challenges continue to make participation a burden than a prestige. The clubs are lobbying the government for full support, and that could help in keeping the clubs competing longer. Ssenyange, CGTN, Kampala, Uganda.